You're such an asshole.
So we already did a video on Vegas, like the good, the bad, and the ugly, but that was more from the perspective of living there or just a general cultural analysis of the area. This is a request from some young men. They're going to Vegas they're coming as tourists, which is different than more of a long-term, do I want to live there kind of thing. So let's go through the request here. Hey, Cappy, me and a buddy are going to Vegas next week, Thursday. I'm 24 years old. My friend is 28. He also listens to your videos. It's his first time going to Vegas. I want to show him the most we can in 3 days. Okay, 3 days. We'll be there. I've watched your videos on Vegas, but I'm looking more of your most recent personal recommendations of places to go that maybe aren't so well known or touristy. I've been in Vegas before, so I know the main stuff on the Strip in Fremont. I understand that you have lived there before. Well, I live there every winter. What would you recommend for basically only 2 full days, 3 nights in Vegas? We were staying at the Cosmopolitan. We were renting a car, so transportation distance is no issue. It would be nice to have a response by Thursday. I understand you're busy. All right, so we're getting in underneath that. All right, so the paradox that you're facing, one, you got very limited time, and your friend not being there, there is a lot. There's 2 days worth of stuff that you won't even have to leave the Strip if you don't want. So for everyone else tuning in, here's where you got to decide on Vegas. If you're going to do just the Vegas-y things, you don't need a car. Stay on the Strip, get the shuttle or get a cab, or heck, if it's a cool enough day, hoof it, and do the strippy things, do the gambling, go to Fremont, eat at the Peppermill, go to the Atomic Bar, go on different rides. You don't have to leave the Strip, hit on girls at the Cosmopolitan, do more gambling, drink, and there's 2 days of Vegas, and then you're out of there. But if you get a little bit more time than 2 days, now you can start going off Strip. And there's a lot to do. Now, the thing is, it's weird. There's off Strip medium and there's way off Strip. Off Strip medium, there's plenty to do in Las Vegas, as there is plenty to do in any major metro area, because Vegas is about 2 million people now. So if you're within the Vegas area, you could do a lot of things, but they're not going to be things that are unique. For example, golfing. Golfing is amazing in Vegas. There are some mountains and hiking to climb. Not the best, but there's some mountains and hiking to climb. All right, so there's the Mount Charleston area. You can go skiing if you want during winter. There's Red Rock Canyon. There's hikes down by the Hoover Dam. There's hikes south over in Sloan with petroglyphs. That's something you can do if you're looking to get out. If you've never seen a petroglyph before, do Sloan Canyon. Of course, the problem is, for whatever reason, people do touristing in Vegas in summer. So the temperature is something that you're going to have to consider. But regardless of the temperature, that's stuff you could do around Vegas. There's other things like Chinatown. Vegas has a really cool Chinatown that's off Strip. There's some restaurants. Herbs and Rye is on the west side. That's a unique one. Also, I think it's the same road. There was a place called Capo's. That was my favorite restaurant ever. And then they got a new chef and the food was gone. Not the pot, but it's nowhere near as good as what it used to be. Far northwest side is Bob Taylor's Ranch House. And then there's actually Brazilian barbecue over on the mall in Henderson. But again, yeah, there's other Italian restaurants in other places. There are steakhouses in other places. So it's not going to be Vegas specific. You get a little bit more time. You have several days. Now you're within bombing range of the Grand Canyon, Zion National Park, Moab, Capitol Reef, Cedar Breaks, all that in Utah. Alvaro's, best Mexican restaurant ever in the world in St. George, Utah. But those are where it's at minimum a day. And the Grand Canyon, just so you know, you got to go wait. It's 4 hours one way. You look at it, you see it, you turn around, you head back, your day's pretty much over. So there's not, if you had a week, you could do some damage. You could go up to Zion. Then you could get in Bryce National Park. And then you could get in Cedar Breaks. And then you could get in Capitol Reef. Maybe even get Moab by a long-ass day. But you don't have that much time. All you got time is kind of for the Vegas touristy stuff. So what I would do is absolutely show him Fremont. Do the strips on the casinos. Hit all the major casinos you want. What else? Maybe ride a ride. There's zip lines over at the Rio. That's kind of cool. You could shoot machine guns. That's nearby. Plenty of strip clubs if you want to go there. But like any other major metro, you can get a strip club anywhere. So I'd probably advise not. You guys are the age that you're probably dumb enough to think, let's go to a nightclub. All right, you can go to a nightclub and pay an egregious sum of money to get into the nightclub and have bottle service. All right, have fun. EDM. I'd recommend the Atomic Bar at the end of the Fremont Street. I'd recommend eating at the Pepper Mill. And if you want to do it right, boys, do it in the morning. Get up early. Like, get up 6, 7 a.m. It's cooler out. Go to the Pepper Mill. Go when everyone's hungover. Maybe even 5 a.m. All right. Do that so you're not dealing with the crowds and the traffic. Lay off the booze. Don't get hammered, ruining whatever good time you might have with a hangover or just slower stuff. And there'll be enough. I mean, just look around. There's what's it called? The swingy golf, the golf that there's a driving range. Top Golf, I think is what it's called. Hang out by the pool. Do some gambling. Do your thing. All right. And that'd be 2 days. But if you need to get off strip, okay, here's a couple things you can do specific to Vegas, but not necessarily unique to major metros, if you know what I'm saying. Second best cigar lounge in the nation is called La Casa. That is way the hell on the other side of town. It is a pain in the ass for me to get there because I'm on the other side. I'm in Henderson. This is in Summerlin. Summerlin is a fancy hoity-toity place, but it's just a fancy hoity-toity place. There's nothing, is there something to do in Summerlin? Not really. There's that cigar lounge. Red Rock Canyon, it's kind of cool to drive through. But if you've been through other national parks, it's kind of, but okay, Red Rock Canyon. By the way, go early so it's not hot. And people, because I do some hiking out there. Oh, the tourists. Oh, the people. That's my town. It's my town. And these people come into my town and clog up my roads when I need to go and do my hiking. Because there actually is some really good hiking in the hinter parts of Red Rock Canyon. But it's okay to cruise through Red Rock Canyon. But okay, it's a canyon. Red Rocks, there you go. Red Rock Casino is kind of nice. But Frankie's Tiki Lounge, that's kind of a cool bar to go to. But yeah, I'd go to that cigar lounge, La Casa. That's a good cigar lounge. See the Hoover Dam? You know what? Here's something that's kind of cool to do. Loop this in together. You're going to drive to a town called Oatman, Arizona. And you can feed wild burros there. And then come back on your way through Laughlin if you want. You'll see a little bit of the desert. Okay, it'll be a little nice little road trip. So you see Hoover Dam, there it is. Okay, take a picture. Where's all the water? Don't worry, Karen in California didn't want to kill the plankton, so we didn't build any desalinization plants, so we're all going to die now. Because liberal white women are the most important thing ever. Middle-aged liberal white women, mind you, people that no one wants to have sex with. We got to just stop all the world for them. You see the Hoover Dam. Then you go to Oatman. Make sure you look up what time the burros like to be fed. Make sure you show up there so you don't waste the trip. Then go through Laughlin and then come back up on 95. I believe it is through Searchlight and back over through my neck of the woods at Henderson. And then you're back in Vegas. And that's about it. The only thing, and I'm saving this for last, I'm being deadly serious for this. Go get yourself a bunch of hewers. right? You could do it with the escort girls and then, anything that happens afterwards, blah, 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 blah. But if you wanted to, drive out to Pahrump, go to the Bunny Ranch, get a dinner out there, and get yourself some Hewers. That way you're getting laid. You're 24, your buddy's 28. Don't tell me you don't want to get laid. And that's the place to do it. And it'll be a unique and interesting experience because I'm pretty sure, I'm going to guess now, you guys have the experience of going to a loud, obnoxious nightclub with a lot of drinks and a lot of girls dressed nicely, right? And you've hit on them and you've had very marginal success, right? Right? You've had that experience. That will be your experience nightclubbing in Vegas as well. So you'll have that experience. I'm just going to assume you're going to have that experience. Dang, I'd like to get laid. That's the town to do it in. You got a car? I'd go to Pahrump. Stop at the bar on Mountain Springs. You got to go over a mountain range to get to Pahrump. There's a little bar there in Mountain Springs, little town. Not a town, really, it's just a pull off. But go get a cocktail there, get some food there. Go to Pahrump, drive how further off the road it is to get to the place. Go to the bunny ranches out there, get yourself scheduled, get yourself in the mentality, okay, this is really going to happen. Get laid, boom. And then you'll have a true Vegas experience, even though that's not Vegas, that's Pahrump because it's outside of Clark County. That's what I do. That's what I do if I didn't have another gal in my life. You might as well. Because what do you think you're going to do in Vegas? Not pay for it? And that's it. Yeah, if you had more time, you could do more damage. And okay. You can kind of go north, you can go south on this one. Here's what I'd recommend you do. Okay. You do the Vegas thing, but if you want to do a road trip, there is Oatman and Hoover Dam. Put that second place. What I would really do, I drive up north to Utah. Go do Zion National Park. Don't hike it. Okay. See how busy it is. See what the traffic is like, but I would just drive through it because you could drive through the park. Otherwise, if you want to hike it, you have to park and you have to take a shuttle bus to the hiking thing. You don't have time to hike. Unless you guys were like avid hikers, in which case I do Angel's Landing, but I think they even now have a lottery system for it because Democrats are just anti-fun. So you can drive through it though still nonetheless. Go out the backside, hit Bryce National Canyon, Cedar Breaks National Monument. By the way, buy the National Parks card. They'll just save you money. And then you can hit Red Rocks National Park later. I would do that. That if you want a day trip, I would do that. And then you hit Alvaro's Mexican Restaurant in St. George, Utah, open 24/7, best Mexican food in the entire history of the United States. Probably even better Mexican food than what they got in Mexico. And I think that would be a good day trip. If you guys figure out, man, we really don't like the strip. We did it. This is too loud, blah, blah, blah. Second day trip, Oatman and Hoover Dam through Laughlin as well. And if you really want something later on that night, man, I just want to get laid. And I don't want to go and sit and try and be charming with girls who got their bee shields up. Look it up. They will definitely have their bee shields up in Vegas at nightclubs. I'm like, no, I'm going there. Go there. Get some gas in Pahrump. There's really nothing to do in Pahrump. There's some other kind of crappy casinos out there and some gas stations. You get laid, you come back, and then when you get on your flight back and everyone's lost their money, you say, who lost money? The pilot always has a joke. Hey, how was your trip to Vegas? You all win big. Everyone's, oh. And you could yell out, I got laid. And then everyone will laugh and you have a story. And you say, thank you, Cappy Cap, the man who got me laid. Like, it was all you and your money, son. You did it yourself. So there you go. Any super chats? No super chats. Boom. Done. All right. See you guys later. Toodles.